Some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Ah, expose. Expose myself to you. To you. To you. E-X-P-O-S-E. Exposed. 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 Ah. Exposed. 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 Hashtag drama alert. There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking. SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11. Vaginas. Hey guys, it's Scarce here. Lots of news today. Lots of exposure. And double upload. Exposed. 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 You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was gonna write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scares here, and so from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories!
Exposed, 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 exposed.
Yes, a damn daytime stream.
Exposed. You're exposed.
Yes,
You're exposed. You are exposed.
yes. I had to take a dump, but it actually worked out. That's probably how I'm going to handle when I do those live streams like that, because if someone wants to just go watch them, they don't have to wade through me going and taking a bathroom break, me going to do other things. So it works. Now I can leave that stream public. It is what it is. People want to go watch it, hear about the news stories, they could go watch it. I can't talk about those stories, any of them actually, minus the PS5 one. I couldn't talk about any of them on my damn channel anyway. Whisper creamy corn. But yeah, I was like, ooh, I got to take a... I'm like, you know what, though? I'm going to stop this stream. I'm going to stop it because... it works. That makes sense. Now, if someone wants to go watch the stories, they can. Now I'm streaming regular. This will make up for the revenue that I can't make with those... And again, it's not, I've explained it before, and I know most of you understand that are here. It's not about the money with it. It's about many other factors. Damages the channel, wastes a lot of my editor's time. If you get in that naughty, if you get on the YouTube monetization naughty list again, it takes forever for your videos to go green, so my editor has to wait around. And if you're, I mean, this would never happen because it's all in error. In their extreme cases where people are purposely going out of their way and rating their videos inaccurately to try to skirt the system, YouTube could take away people's partnerships. But that would be like, I don't do that, and that would be next to impossible. You would have to have like 10 videos in a row for that to happen. So that's not what I'm worried about. But the other, it sucks. I can't talk about the shit I used to talk about. And live streams I can. On live streams I can. But normally I can't talk about the shit I used to talk about in videos anymore. I know it's damaged my channel too. You know? And it's just... And what's amazing to me is that people do not understand that saying at all. And they're like, oh, I am offended. I get why YouTube did that. I'm like, oh my God, you're stupid. It has nothing to fucking do with being an Asian racial slur. It has to do with a weakness in someone's armor. It's a saying. It's a saying that a chink is like a dent in it's like Achilles' heel. Oh my God. I'm okay with it. Amazon did it. I mean, I guess that you could look at it that way too. I mean, other places are doing it. Hey, if you're a member, you have a better chance of getting a console. Man, that was a satisfying dump I just took. I could almost fall asleep. I came for the horse and stayed for the man. Let's get one sniff. And J. Allen Brock leaving to pursue other. He's pursuing getting the fuck out of Dodge. That's what he's pursuing. He's trying to run away. And I'm sure he was forced out too. They're like, yeah, you were here during all of this. And even if by some off chance he didn't know what was happening, he's just like, yo, I gotta run. And they're like, yeah, we want you gone too. But dude, again, it happens. We're gonna see more of this stuff unearthed. It happens at other companies. It happens I'm not just even talking the gaming industry, just the corporate world in general. People are gonna start coming out with more stories, and then you're gonna have the people. Welcome to the New World Order. I don't know if you go that far, but yeah, this is very thought policey though. No, I did not get a chance to play the Halo Infinite beta. I did not get a chance. T2 Darlanton is back. So a friend of mine just said T2 Darlanton is back on YouTube. He was the guy who basically had people start paying attention to me back in 2009. I had that rant about Halo 3. And he at the time was considered a big YouTuber, T2 Darlanton. He had which was a lot of people back then, like 10,000 plus subscribers or 20,000. That to me was an astronaut. Like, how did someone even get that many? And I remember he liked my take on Halo 3 being overrated, which is now one of my favorite first-person shooters of all time. Funny how you change, but I actually started getting I remember that video got like 10,000 views because he featured it on his channel. And I remember just being blown away by that. That was like my first foray into people actually watching my shit. I remember before that being excited when I got like 100 views on a video. Strange that Blizzard was once. And it's just so funny with all like they had that statue outside about being inclusive. And at that time, this shit was still going on behind the scenes. like you knew the shit show that was going on, and look at the veneer that they tried to have, man. Look at the fucking veneer they tried to have, and where did it get them? The truth always comes out, dude. The truth always comes out. State Attorney General for Office New York reported that Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed over a dozen women. I wonder if the Dems will talk about this. I've talked about it. I'm not a Democrat, but and if the evidence is substantiated, then he deserves his just desserts, man. I'm not in that camp. I don't play partisan politics. I don't play that shit at all. Strange that Activision was also... Yeah, so recommendations for a simple music production casual gaming PC. That's a hell of a range. Jesus Christ. Also, can I shine your beautiful bird with exotic oils? Absolutely. Oh, God. Man, that's tough because that's a huge... First off, that's not a... You could build way beyond a casual gaming PC with that. Even at, like, the lower end of that spectrum. And plus, you could probably find something. I hate even saying it because I used to be anti pre-built, but even now it's still tough to find parts. You're probably better off going with a pre-built. And you could get, I would get, just look, there's plenty of options. CyberPower PC. I don't know many pre-builts because I usually build myself. I wouldn't get like an HP or something like that, but that's me. I would do some looking around, but yeah, there's plenty. It's not like it used to be, where the price delta between a pre-built and building your own. It's still, look, if you can build your own, you could save yourself a few hundred, like $200 to $300. It's still a decent chunk of change. Don't get me wrong, but it used to be a lot. The gap used to be way bigger. Like, it would be like dumb to go out and buy a pre-built compared to building your own. It would be so much cheaper to build on your own. But now you don't really have to do that, as it's not as dramatic as it used to be. I sent you a video on Twitter today about vaccines, something important to talk about. Check it out. I'll look at it later. If it's a conspiracy, unless it's from some kind of accredited source, I'm not even gonna waste my time to me. Hey, sorry if it sounded like I was saying you were defending Chris yesterday. Not what I meant. No, I didn't think you were. I didn't think you were saying I was defending Chris. I didn't think you were. I know what he did is heinous and horrible, but I know that Chris Chan, and I'll try to refer to her with the proper pronouns because I just keep forgetting. They were a ticking time bomb and not in control of their actions, because they were so far gone. It was still rape. It's still disgusting, and they should be institutionalized for the rest of their lives. But I saw this coming with her from a mile away. This is beyond anything that I thought that she was capable of. Even I, God forbid, thought, and I wasn't wishing this, I, God forbid, thought it would have been just another woman. I, God forbid, thought it was going to be, you know what I mean? Like something like that. I knew that she was capable of that. But their own dementia-riddled mother? And the text, the chat from that is just fucking repulsive. It is the most disgusting thing I've ever laid eyes on. I'm at work. Rich, what's up with the early? I'm streaming again tonight because I can't talk about the stories I wanted to talk about today. I can't talk about them in videos that will get demonetized. And it's not even about the money. It's about it would damage my channel. I can't do it. I can't, unless it's like homogenized. Like, I'll be able to do this. Probably what I'll record today, and later up this week it'll be up. But I can't talk about it's just, or I risk putting my channel in jeopardy. But I'll stream again tonight. I'll be streaming around 8:30. Yeah, Brock Red, Google Fish is 210% correct. I saw your message today, and you were dead on. Once he saw PR wasn't working, he had a smoke trail. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. He knows that this ship is sinking. And I don't think, even if he runs away, if they find out that he was complicit in some of the heinous shit that happened, and if there's like criminal charges against people, they're going to get that what is it, that cane they used to do, using those like when someone was a bad performer on stage, and they're just going to pull him back in. So unless he's going into like, he's going to France and going to grow a fucking beard, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to, this doesn't mean that he could just, I know he's a multimillionaire, but hopefully if he was complicit and allowed things to happen, he gets his just desserts. But sometimes money lets people get away with shit. Got my parents an M1 Mac Mini. It's insane how powerful it is for how much power it uses. Apple Silicon made Intel irrelevant. I know. I'm very tempted today to go pick up a iPad, the Pro. I want to get the bigger one, but with less storage, because I don't really care about the storage size on it. I just kind of have something to consume content with. And I'll give my kids my iPad Mini. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Long-time fan, first-time donation. Thank you very much. I bought the Aukey 10-port USB charging station that you recommended a few years ago. Still works. Yeah, it's fantastic. I like Aukey is a slight step below Anchor in quality, but they're still good. I buy Aukey shit all the time. Aukey, Anchor. I have an Aukey charger right there. Aukey battery charger right down there. Are you going to play the Back for... Yes, I would love to play the Back for Blood beta. Absolutely. Video about how ignorant the two people are being about the vaccine. Who are the two people? In the story that you sent me? Make a video as the most boring news story as protests. That's actually... Dude, it's just so frustrating. You know, I've been a partner on YouTube. I've been doing YouTube full-time since 2013. I've been a partner on YouTube since 2011, and I've been here before 2011. I think I would have proven myself by now that you could trust me that I'm going to... It is not... I did not use that in the context in any way, shape, or form. As a racial slur. It was meaning that there's a chink in someone's armor, a break in someone's armor, that it's a weakness. It means the same thing as Achilles' heel. I'll have to use Achilles. The Steam Deck will not be the Achilles' heel of the Nintendo Switch. Dodge that bullet. Is that an offense? You can't say dodge that bullet anymore? Is that a fucking another one? Is that one going to be offensive too? Oh my God. And now I'm seeing what happened with Matt Damon. Following a backlash from a recent interview. So what happened here? Speaking of... We'll talk about this tonight. I got to look into it. I don't just want to... What is this? Oh, here's about... Or we'll talk about that tonight too, Google Fish. But I'll leave this up here. That'll be an interesting thing to talk about tonight. You should live stream the whole day. Dude, I got shit. I can't live stream the whole day, man. I want to go get my exercise in. I want to go... probably going to pick up an M1 Mac Pro. Just because I feel like it. And I'm going to live stream again tonight. I have to see what's going on, and I don't want to just talk about... I just literally saw that with Matt Damon now. I want to read into it a little bit before I talk about it. I don't like energy drinks. Okay, I'll check that out, anything and everything. And what do you mean the M1 Pro dictates the amount of RAM? What do you mean? Maybe once in a while I'll do like an all-day live stream, but I got to have content, though. Like... The 2 or 3 hour videos where I'm answering questions and we're shooting the shit, that I could keep up with, but it'll get to the point where I don't want to be like those streamers that just stare at the camera and waiting for a super chat. That's not right. That's not the way to handle this shit. That's boring. I know people do it, and hey, if it works for them, Godspeed. I don't really see how that's right, but... So no, dude, I can't even remember the last time I put even like a Red Bull to my lips. Maybe I take a sip of a Monster Energy drink from somebody just to see what it tasted like. But I'm not a fan of... Wings does that. I don't think that's fair. I don't know if he does it. I don't watch enough of his streams to know that. So I'm not going to just say, yes, he does do that. I know he's done where if I don't get XYZ amount of... donations, I'm not going to play this game. That I have seen. So no, I don't do, like, these have a little bit of caffeine in them. It's just seltzer with a little bit of caffeine. These are pretty good, actually. It's blood orange, grapefruit. The caffeine, whatever they do, they add the caffeine adds a little bit of after funk. A little bit of after funk. That sounds like a 90s pop album. A little bit of after funk. But it's pretty good. And you get caffeine. Death Wish coffee is delicious, but It's for some reason that a couple times gave me heart palpitations. So nah, I'm good. Nah, that's the only caffeine that's ever really done that to me too. M1 Pro is worth. I got the 512 8 gig model. I can edit 4K video with ease. Is that a MacBook Pro? Audio editing with Logic Pro is just seamless. See, that's the thing is if I buy an iPad though, I won't be able to like unless they're gonna bring that shit over to it. I would love that. We'll see. I'm gonna go shopping today. Dicks. I'm gonna go shopping today, Jeffrey Tucker. See what happens. The 1 terabyte iPad comes with 16 gigs. I know, but that's gonna be. How much is that one? That's a lot. I don't want to spend like $2,000 fucking dollars on an iPad that I know I'm gonna just probably utilize to watch YouTube videos in bed. Like I just don't. M1 MacBook Pro. Okay. Maybe we'll do that tonight too. I'm gonna look because I want to look into the Matt Damon story. I'm gonna look into Cuomo. And we'll have that'll be interesting shit to talk about tonight. I know because I got the 1 terabyte, the 11-inch iPad, but I was like, all right, I can't be stupid with my money. I'm in the middle of buying a house right now. Actually, I got to make a phone call today after this, and I'm like, when I was going on vacation, I'm like, I need a laptop that I can edit on seamlessly, and stream from. So I was like, I got to bring the iPad back. And plus I didn't realize at the time, I didn't think I cared, but then I saw it at the mall and I saw the difference in the screen. I knew this actually, that the smaller iPad didn't have the mini LED and the 12.9 inch one did. And I'm like, it's no big deal. And then I saw like they were showing some HDR video. I'm like, ooh, yeah, that does look a lot nicer. Stop. There is apparently an American social credit system that is going to be coming into play soon. I'll have to look into that before I just... So, it would be nice to have like a piece of hardware like that. I'm not a fan of the iPad mini screen. It's not the resolution. It has the Retina. It has super high PPI. It's just... I'm okay with 60 hertz. I could give a crap. Like, I have a phone that's 144 hertz. And I go back to my iPad, and it's not really that big of a deal. At all. But for some reason on, like, with Apple's lower-end products, which I guess even the iPad mini would be considered that, like, it's just the refresh rate's weird. And I've noticed that even with, like, if you got the iPhone SE, it's just strange. So, I like the smoother on the iPads. The iPads, I actually like it. On phones, I could give a crap. Like I said, the iPhone is only 60, and I have a phone that's 144 hertz, and it's like, oh, okay. Like, you'll notice it for like 2 minutes, and then it's like, yeah, I don't care if it's just 60 hertz refresh rate. Hit on a PS5 this morning via GameStop. Didn't know how many YouTubers complain about their bundles when it does help with scalpers. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't care about the bundle part. The bundle part means fuck all to me. But I guess if also Amazon and stuff are doing it too, how can I complain about just GameStop where you have to sign up for the pro membership? You know, no, I don't think the bundles are bad. Now, the bundles from like QVC and other places where they're basically making you spend $1,000 in some cases on like Wish.com bullshit, that I have a problem with. But when you're getting like Spider-Man Miles Morales and Ratchet and Clank and a legitimate other controller and PS Plus and things like that bundled in they're really not charging anything over MSRP to bundle them all together. It's a win for them because that other accessories they actually make a profit margin on, where the console, I don't think they make like a fucking dollar or a penny or something ridiculous like that, or next to nothing. And they make profit on that stuff, and you're not really paying anything over what you would pay MSRP, or if at all, I don't think. So it's a win for them, it's a win for you, and it's shit you're going to probably end up buying anyway. You know what I mean? That's why I said I would look into it, Wyatt. None of the sources he listed regarding the American, I think we would have heard more, but that's why I said I would look into it. Just who the fuck said you could stream during the daytime? Your dad did. Deathwish makes a medium roast now, but actually, you know that lighter roasts are actually have more caffeine in them, right? When you roast a bean more, I learned this. When you roast a bean more, you're actually more of the oils are coming out of the bean, and it decreases the caffeine that's in it. You are your dad, Flukus. Wonderful. Check messages. Oh no, Google Fish. What am I, is there an ass here? Coming soon, America's own. I mean, The Hill, I think, is a. Last week, PayPal announced a partnership with left-wing Southern Poverty Law Center. I have to see the context of this, though. I mean, from a surface level, it looks scary, but I need to... The Hill is a conservative propaganda outlet. The Hill? Really? Using January 6th as a reason. I got to look into it. Let me do some deep dive into it before I give a hot take on it. Obviously, from a surface level, it's awful. I've talked about China's social credit system before. Mari, how you doing? Beautiful Angel Blossom, how you doing? Beal. I was about to say, isn't The Hill like left wing? That's just strange. You know what I mean? I'll look into it. Like, again, I am not just... That's especially with a serious topic like that. What games have I been playing the past few months? Not much. I don't even remember what the hell. Ghost of Tsushima was the last thing I played. And that came out a while ago, and I just started playing it. The CEO is a close friend of Trump. Like I said, I'll look into all this. I'm not like I don't want to talk about something like that. I don't want to be like The Hill went nuts after Crystal and Sager left. So I want to not just be someone with someone that would be a major fuck up on my part if I just go, oh my god, and hands flailing. That makes me like fucking Tim Pool then. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, last night, I was actually going to make a video on this today. I was watching, the Young Turks had a video on Tim Pool. And Tim Pool, yes, he is a soulless grifter. I've thought that for a very long time. That just, he says things that they know will pluck him up in the algorithm and goes along with what his audience wants to hear to make him more money. And it works. Well done, Tim. But I don't want to see him deplatformed. And I was a little baked last night, in case you couldn't tell. If you were watching the stream last night, you probably fucking could. And Anna Kasparian said, should people like this be allowed on the platform? And she was I thought that she was kind of insinuating that they should kick him off. I think Tim Pool's a douche. I think that he's not as bad as Alex Jones. I think Alex Jones is a douche. But I will be the first to fucking say, I would love to see Alex Jones. If anything, it emboldened his audience. Alex Jones is still around. Alex Jones is still doing interviews. I don't know what his viewership is, but he's obviously doing enough of viewership that he's making a living still, and probably making a very comfortable living. The man is a multimillionaire. Mostly from peddling his stupid fucking vitamin supplements, but the man is a multimillionaire. And I saw when Jenk said that, when Anna said that, and I went full Karen and didn't finish the fucking video, and I'm like, oh my god, they're looking to deplatform somebody, and I'm like, this is the same you're trying to call out the algorithm that props the Young Turks up, and then I was like, and then I watched the rest of the video, and Shank's like, no, I don't want to see him deplatform. That's not what I want to see. I'd rather him be there to criticize. And I'm like, oh, oops. And that's proof right there. That's why a lot of you guys will stem me stuff or super chat me stuff or say stuff in the regular chat here, and I'm like, I gotta look into it before I just talk. But Jeffrey, if you deplatform him, all it does is embolden his audience and be like, yeah, they're just trying to hide the truth. Leave him around for everyone to roast, for everyone to call out. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Joe Rogan's been peddling shit for a while, though. Joe Rogan. No, someone said that Alex Jones sounds like he's riding down a bumpy dirt road on a bike. Kind of does, actually. That's a good one. I gotta say, that's actually a good fucking call. Ladies and gentlemen, these are... Oh my god, I'm going over these bumps. Ladies and gentlemen, these male vitality pills will let you achieve a full erection for 30 minutes, guaranteed, or your money back, even I won't give you your money back. Like, let him stay there. It's for everyone to fucking laugh at, man, because it doesn't stop people. Yes, I am still streaming tonight. It doesn't fucking stop people. Rip off my shirt like Alex Jones. No, I actually like this shirt. I don't want to rip it off. So Jeffrey, I agree that he puts out dangerous misinformation, but it's not going to stop him. He'll go to another platform. He'll go to some weird-ass platform, and his devout followers will follow him there. It'll embolden them. They'll recruit more people to that other fucking fringe platform, and they survive. They always do. I only got 2 minutes with those pills. Turbo Express, that was good. So my point with that is I like to look into things. I'll still make mistakes from time to time. I know there were partial errors in my video about California banning PCs. It wasn't takedown worthy, and me, because there was enough accuracy in there that I still kept it up. I was one of the only people. Everyone else was making it like it was a new law. I was one of the only people who said it started in 2016. So I'm like, because you guys know when I fuck up, I admit when I fuck up, and I'm like, there's enough accuracy here that I deemed that video was worthy to keep up. I know people don't agree with that, but that's fine. But that's why I always like to look into shit first. And me overreacting on Twitter last night and reacting before watching the whole thing and thinking, which is usually my mortal sin. That's why I like doing it, because I was ready to make a video on them, and good thing I watched the rest, because I would have looked like a fucking fool. You know what I mean? Yeah, that wasn't good. That wasn't a good look. That was not a good look. So that is why, and that would make me, and you know what's funny is, it's always funny when you admit to be wrongdoing, and people are thinking there's always some other nefarious purpose. Oh, you're just doing that because you want to get people riled up, one person said, and then you want to apologize to look good to other people so you get love from both sides. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works, Chief. You piss off people on one side when you call people out, and then you piss off people on the other side for apologizing because, oh, look, you fucked up. No, it doesn't work like that. Why do you think so many people, even when they make mistakes, just either defend their mistakes and double down on them, or just move on from them and pretend like they never happened? Because people want you to be like this fearless, flawless leader for some reason, and I hate doing that. That's irresponsible to do that, but people do it all the time, not just in politics, in the gaming industry too. How many times I hear journalists, when people call them out for fucking up, that they just block people on Twitter and just pretend like it never happened. That's horrible. That is irresponsible. You fuck up, you admit to it. That's how you garner respect, because people know, look, I could trust this guy or girl, because not that I'll make mistakes again, I'm sure, with articles. I'm human. And like perfect example is yesterday with that I didn't fuck up, but that video on the McDonald's PS5 DualSense controller. In the middle of me filming, an update came out from IGN that it wasn't even supposed to be released. So, of course it's going to happen where I fuck up again, because news changes all the time. Or I'm just going to make a dumb mistake because I'm human. But people know that, all right, I know if Rich fucks up, he'll come out and say, oops, I fucked up. This is what really happened. Because if I don't do that, it makes me no better than anybody else. Yes, but I'm going to be streaming again tonight, though, by the way. I'm going to be streaming again tonight. And then there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, I was wrong, but if I don't admit it, people will just believe anything and people like that for some reason, though. They feel like, yeah, you just double down and you don't like. Really? Like, that's what you want? Yeah, they want a talking head. They don't want reason. Okay, that's what you want. There's plenty of people out there peddling that to you. Plenty of people. I've already done an Alex Jones reaction stream, and because there's like music in him and shit, I gotta be careful. No, they're not, dude. Look at Fox. Look at Fox News's base. They're all older people, and even the edgelords. People want to, the younger people too. They just want to hear what they want to hear. I shouldn't even brought up Fox News, because now everyone's like, but CNN. Like, yes, I agree that CNN is also corrupted by money too. Yes, their approach is different, but they're equally as bad in a different way. I understand. I agree. Everyone gets defensive, but oh, of course I'll be playing a Dead Space remake. Yes, our tribal age brains can't. That's pretty much it. You nailed it. Our brains can't handle. We're meant to. Why do you think there's even parties, Republican and Democratic parties? Because people need that group. Why can't we just have talks and reasonable negotiations? But no, we can't do that. We can't do that. It has to be either you're on one side or the other side, and if you're not on either side, then fuck you. You know what I mean? And it's a shitty way of being, but that's just human instinct, I guess. Yeah, and that's the reason why the left and right don't work together, is because both sides have egos that are so high they think they're giving the other side power. That's what it. They rather be right than say, hey, you have a good point. They rather be correct, let me say, since you're talking about left and right. They rather be, I'm right, my opinion is correct. That's all that matters. Even if it will have a negative impact on society, it doesn't matter. I'd rather just be right. You could say that about the election. And I've already went into the conspiracy with it. Why the fuck would they pick Joe? If Joe Biden was this far left, if they were looking for a far left radical, they wouldn't circumvent the actual election outcome to get Joe Biden in office, who plays along with Republicans all the time. But people just, I wanted Trump in office. I would rather have him dear leader and be right than say, all right, yeah, he just didn't win the election. Okay. Like Joe Biden, yeah, they stole the election for the radical left to get a radical left in office like Joe Biden. Yeah. Developers. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Really? Biden? They broke they circumvented the actual outcome of the election to get Biden in office? That quote unquote far left radical? Give me a fucking break. He will play ball with Republicans all day. But I'm streaming again tonight. This is, you know. I had two hot things to talk about. So I'm doing kind of a quick just chatting stream now. Encryption. Biden is as Republican right-winger as they come. I don't know if he's that far, but he's a Republican. He's just a Republican who's in the Democratic Party. I want Medicare for all. Yeah, it's not going to happen. All right, I don't want Medicare for all. But he stole the election. The election was absolutely stolen by the radical left and radical left Joe Biden. Yeah, Biden is a moderate Republican, period. So he's the person that was going to steal the election. No, you lost, you fucking sore loser. And you tried to push the lie as far as you could, and you thought that you were just going to be able to. He literally thought he was going to be able to stage a fucking coup. You don't want to hear that. I'm sorry, but it's fucking true. I mean, it's just common sense. I could see if we had someone who was a radical leftist, then all right, maybe, but no. Anyway. Yeah, and now because like trolls signed me up for like Donald Trump newsletters, I need your help to save America. Just send me as much money as you can so I could give it to my kids. Ivanka needs a bigger set of titties. Like, come on, man. How do people fall for that shit? How do you fall for that shit? How do you watch people like Kenneth Copeland and think these people are the truth? I don't get it. I don't understand. I maybe I'm in a different dimension, man. Maybe I'm in a different dimension. But hey, you give them money. Give them all. If you think I'm an asshole, go ahead and empty out your bank account and give it to Trump. Go ahead. Save America. Thank you for your service. Bless you. You're a true patriot. Just as sore as the people crying. I wasn't crying when Trump won, if you're referring to me. Yeah, but here's the thing. They cried, and I thought it was ridiculous, and I called them out for it. To be quite Bob and frank with you. But I will say this. Did they try to stage a coup in the Capitol? Their crying was ridiculous, and I said, look, Hillary Clinton's a piece of shit, too. And I know Trump is a colorful person. I've literally known people that have known workers that have worked with him who've not said nice things, but I've heard that about all people. Let's see what happens. Why are we crying? We've had the Electoral College for ages. This is how the voting system works. He got more Electoral College votes. Let's just see what happens. I saw what happened. I didn't like what happened even before COVID. Goodbye, Donald. I'm going to vote you out. I wanted Bernie. And he got fucked twice. You want to see real election manipulation or stealing an election? He should have had. They propped up Hillary and put the DNC fucked Bernie in 2016. They admitted to it. How did putting up corporatist shill Hillary Clinton against Trump work? How'd that work out? Oh, yeah, we already know how that story ended. It ended like shit. Bernie, yeah, he didn't fight hard enough, too. I agree with that. And I will say this, and a lot of people who are very, 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 very pro-Bernie, which I would have voted for Bernie in a heartbeat. But they get angry when I say this. I don't think it would have been because he doesn't go below the belt. A lot of Democrats don't do that, partially because they're playing ball because they have the same fucking donors as Republicans, virtually all of them, minus the ones that aren't corrupt, which is not many. Trump doesn't give a fuck, man. He will talk about Marco Rubio, him having a huge dick, and he'll call you every fucking name, and people love the theatrics. They love the theatrics. They don't even care about his policies. They're just like, man, this guy's entertaining. I want to be president because you are fake news. I have an incredible spray tan, and I have a substantially sized penis, even though I have small hands. Like, that's to them it's like a reality show every day having him as president. Bernie would have been like,
I am not going to stoop down to that level.
You gotta, Bernie, because it's like watching gladiators in a ring, except there's no blood, thankfully. That's what people want. Go down to his level. You have to. We bullied Trump out of office. The biggest troll move of this. We bullied Trump out of office? Really? Stop. Right now, stop. Oh, man. I don't know the context. Maybe, let me take that back a little bit. Maybe you mean that like in a good way, that he kind of had to get, yeah, he needed to get the fuck out of office. It depends on the context. I'm not sure the context you meant that. I took a step back and thought about it again. I got to say, your American politics is more entertaining than Canadian politics. Yes, much of the rest of the world finds it funny, and they should find it more scary than funny, because we're on the brink of something really bad. We're on the brink. I don't know if it's going to happen in 4 years. I don't know if it's going to happen in 10 years or 20 years, but it depends on how things go. We're not in a good place right now. God sent Trump to save us. Thank you for giving me this tremendous spray tan. Jesus saved us, and he sent me to save all of you. I've had numerous wives, and I've cheated on all of them, but I love Jesus, and Jesus loves me, and yes, I do have a big penis. I love your content, Rich. As someone who has both consoles, do you recommend making a jump from the 1X to Series S, or to the 1X to the Series S? Yeah. Because that's why. My burps answer all questions. Tell them. I have to pee too. All kidding aside, though, you get faster load times. You're going to get a more streamlined experience. Now, if you're looking for the 4K high refresh rate, you're going to get more of that with the 1X, but there are high refresh rate games that are on the Series S. So if you could find one, man, and then worst comes to worst, I mean, look, I know you're not the world isn't made of money. I get that, but save up and down the line, get a 1X and then use a Series S in a secondary room. That's a pretty good idea. Or you could trade in your Series S and put it towards a Series X later down the line if you don't want to spend that. You're not trying to throw money around like that. I'd rather have Ben Shapiro as president than Donald Trump. I would look. I disagree with virtually everything that comes out of Ben Shapiro's mouth. But if it was Ben Shapiro versus Trump, if those were my only two choices, I would vote for Ben Shapiro. On that note, you know what I meant. Get a Series X down the line. Yes, that's what I meant. I have to pee. Wonderful touch feeling. But yeah, no bullshit, man. I would vote for Ben Shapiro over Trump in a heartbeat. At least he's stable. I may not agree with his politics at fucking all, but at least he's stable. Switch, I wouldn't. No, I don't agree with Justin. I wholeheartedly don't agree with that. It's not as exciting of a jump as I wanted to see by any stretch of the imagination, but no, it's not as bad as the Wii U for no. Rich, I broke the HDMI port of my Series X while trying to watch your stream. I think it's only right you give me $500 for a replacement. Yes, I'm sorry about that. That was all my fault, not yours. How the hell did you really actually do that? How the hell did you break your HDMI port? What'd you do? Like, you put, like, your elbow on? Like, I can picture that. Like, when you were putting it back wherever it was and your elbow hit. If you actually did it and you aren't joking. Compared to Donald Trump, Rich is fat and ugly. Come on. The choice between the two of them. I know the stupid shit that Ben Shapiro has said. The one that one of the few things that infuriates me quite a bit was the one where you compared having Medicare. Oh, if you can't afford a nice couch, why should you be able to afford health insurance? I love putting people's lives behind a paywall. Yeah, I'm not saying he's not a piece of shit. He is a piece of shit. But one is a turd that's solid in form, and one is stinking, muddy diarrhea. I would vote for the solid turd. He was a mod on the other channel, too. He's actually a pretty stable guy. Yes, Rich is fat and ugly. Yes, I did. Rich 2024. Yeah, I don't think that would work out well. I don't want to run a country. Really? Am I going to have to go to the bathroom again? What did I eat? Oh, I had spicy egg whites. Yeah. That'll murder my whole. Yeah, I agree with you. Ben Shapiro, the king of not actually giving an answer, just bringing something up. And he always says the left and the left and the left and the left and the right and the left and the right. Like he makes sure partisan politics is like embroiled in his viewership's brains so they don't think objectively. Oh, yeah. He's a... Yes, I am streaming tonight, Jose. I am. Is it hard to get it? It's hard. It's not as hard as it is to get a PlayStation 5, but yeah. I'm also drinking a bunch of caffeine, I realized. What are my thoughts? I just actually talked about that before. He's running the fuck out. He's getting the fuck out of Dodge, man. He's going on to other opportunities. When his company that he's in is embroiled in the biggest scandal of their history, he's leaving to pursue other What a convenient time. Wow. That's weird. To explore other opportunities, man. To explore other opportunities. Unfucking real. Yeah, I'll run for president in 2024 and I'll upgrade your graphics cards. Dude, that's the thing. Seltzer, Davey Hogan, I lost 25 pounds without even knowing it. Limoncello. You know how many people I know who just stopped drinking sugary drinks and the next thing, like, dude, I've lost 25, 50, even more fucking weight because they were drinking so much sugary shit. And this, to me, I'm streaming again tonight, though. Again, I want to make it abundantly clear. I will be streaming again around 8-ish, I want to say. It could be 8, it could be 8:30, it could be 9, but around the normal time, I'll be streaming again tonight. But, yeah, this, like... I like the carbonation. I don't care about the sugary shit. I never was even I'm not a fan of just drinking water. But this is water with bubbles in it. And I read up on like, oh, Rich, the acid in the seltzer could hurt your teeth, and it's not substantiated enough from what I've read that it's and plus I brush my teeth like fucking 2 to 3 times a day. We're on the brink of civil war in the next decade. I unfortunately do not want to see it happen, but I do agree. Things are too black and white, and the majority of people have to be right and intolerant of other opinions. They've pit us against ourselves. Divide and conquer. Totally agree with that. Divide and conquer is as real as I've lost friends. You know, yeah. And it works. It absolutely works. Simon Rich, you are so correct and funny. You bring a smile on my face. Enjoying your company since I've subscribed. Just giving you a compliment. Thank you very much, Simon. I do appreciate that. And yeah, these streams, these day streams with breaking news are going to be more common, especially if it's a controversial topic, because I can't fucking talk about it. I used a saying that is not racist at all called chink in someone's armor, and the demonetization that was manually reviewed may stick. And there are people who don't understand what it means, or like, you said chink, so I'm offended. But I was not using it in a racial slur context at all. I'm not racist. I was talking about, it means a weakness in someone's armor. It's a saying. I may not agree with all your political opinions. I wish everyone was as level-headed with politics as you, Richie. I'm not saying all my opinions are right. A lot of them are wrong, and people say I have 5th grade politics mentality. That's fine. You could say that, but I try to look at everything from a even keel and not just go off the deep end, which, like I said, I failed last night miserably on Twitter when I just kind of flailed my arms when I watched that video with Anna Kasparin and Cenk Uygur. I fucked up. Probably because I was stoned. But I try to admit when I'm wrong, too, because a lot of people just won't. And people love that, too. Like I said before, they think that's so strong because you fucked up and won't admit to it, and you made a total mistake and you reported on something inaccurately. That's such an alpha male. I bet your penis is huge. No, that just means that you're an insecure prick who won't admit to when you're wrong because you're trying to make your audience think that you're something that you're not. But it works and people love it and people make a lot more money doing it. Any thoughts on the new Xbox Aqua Shift controller? The fuck is the Aqua Shift controller, dude? Let me look it up. Let me just take a gander here. Yeah. Xbox Aqua Shift controller. Shift controller. Oh, it's nice color. It's nothing else special, but just the color, right? I mean, I didn't think you were going to, like, pour water on your fucking controller, but I thought maybe they did something with ergonomics or... I'll look here. Microsoft has announced they have a controller. Oh. It's cool. Xbox controller shifts in the light. Yeah, they're using that kind of paint where the color kind of gradiates as you move it. That's actually pretty cool. I like blue, too, so I'll probably pick that up. I like blue quite a bit. Also, along with rubberized side grips with a specialized color swirl. Oh, it has a swirl. Oh, it has a swirl. I have to get it now. It has swirls. Blizz lost T-Mobile as a... Oh, dude, they're going to be hurting for it. This is not... Like, if it just stopped with that initial investigation that... and everything just stopped there, then... Yeah, there still would have been a bunch of understandable outrage, but you know how it's human nature. We forget after. This is just getting worse and worse. It's just the hits keep on coming. In a bad way. This is going to haunt them for fucking years, son. This is going to haunt them for years. I know. And like I've said before, I'm torn on just... cutting off and not supporting their games because that hurts the good people that work there. I mean, fuck, they lay off people. They lay off people. Even when they're profitable. So imagine when they're not profitable, they'll do mass layoffs, and unfortunately, innocent people will be caught in the crossfire of that. So I don't know, but then again, I am like, you know what? I get it. If you don't want to support them and don't want to buy their games, I totally understand. I forgot your super chat, Jose. I got a PS5 2 months ago, and I feel like Series S drops are a lot less than PS5. Been trying to get a Series X for 2 weeks. Yeah, the extra frames per second in Game Pass are off, and Blizzard lost T-Mobile as a COD Overwatch sponsor. You forgot my super chat, did I? Where are you at, Jose? Are you streaming tonight? Yes. I answered that. I said I'm streaming tonight. I am streaming tonight. I am. I will be streaming tonight just like I normally do. This is a bonus stream. That's what this is. This is a bonus stream. Carlos will run for president in 2024. So, yeah, this is going to be something that haunts them for years to come, and justifiably so, because if they knew that this kind of fucking toxic bullshit culture was going on there, and either they turned a blind eye or either were complicit or involved in it. Have a good night, Dr. Lamb. Then consequences need to happen. Whether it be financial, legal, criminal, depending. I mean, that guy putting cameras in the bathroom. What a fucking disgusting weirdo, man. What a disgusting weirdo. Think about how fucked up that is. I hope the higher ups, you know, I mean, if it's an employee that was involved in the behavior, yeah, they need to face the music just as much. But I hope the higher ups don't end up like skating by if they were involved in it. You know what I mean? If they were a part of, the problem is that wealth and power allows people to get away with more. Anyone who doesn't believe that is, you're fucking naive. If you have extra zeros in your bank account, in a lot of cases, you can get away with a lot more. And it's not fair, and it's always kind of been that way too. It's just human being that's why the system has to be the way it is, because people, the only thing that motivates people is accruing money and garnering power. A lot of it. That's, and it sucks too, because when you're in a position of, like a politician, for example, you should be wanting to be a politician to serve the people that appointed you. But the problem is people who want to become politicians are narcissists by nature. They want to prefer the power. So they'll say whatever they want to think people want to hear to get in office. And then they get in office and they're like, yeah, I want to just stay here, man. And I want to keep wielding this power and accruing wealth. So yeah, hey, corporate donors, donate to me for my re-election campaign, and make sure you hire me when I'm done doing my term in Senate, so I could get a job making $20 million a year, giving a 3-hour speech a year. That's how it's indirect corruption. Because yeah, okay, a corporation can't donate to someone's campaign or just give a direct donation. That would be a bribe. So what they'll do is like, oh yeah, we don't want to have these heavy regulations for our companies. Here, write this bill to make sure it doesn't happen. Okay, cool. And if it passes, when you get out, you'll magically have this job where you're making $5 million a year, and all you have to do is give a stupid fucking speech that no one cares about once every year. Okay. I talked about it, I can't talk about it on my main channel. I had a video before, or a stream before this. You could go check it out. We don't even really go into anything else. It's just literally talking about the news. It's right there. I'll probably have a timestamp later. Plague Corp Systems. So yeah, unfortunately there is no such thing as harmless. And power, what is this saying? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And here we are. In I don't know, the human race is just fucked, man. I'm not trying to be a pessimist, but I kind of have a George Carlin sense of view. What's wrong with the iPad in front of me? There's nothing wrong with it. No, not really. If a stream gets demonetized, I don't care, because that's not the main. I mean, even when the streams stay fully monetized, when it comes to ad revenue, it's like a hay penny. It's like next to nothing that you make off the revenue. Hey, I'm a George Carlinist too. So, all right, guys, I'll be back tonight. Like I said, 8-ish, anywhere between 8 and 9 p.m. I'll be live streaming again. Regular chat, super chat. I appreciate all of you. I got to go run out do some errands now, and I'll see you this evening with the other normal stream. These daytime streams will happen more often, though. Have a good one, guys.